Welcome back, everyone, to the Bourbon Judge. Hope everyone's enjoying their summer. For me, I'm on the East Coast, so unfortunately, over the last week, we've been dealing with 100+ degree weather, which is not really ideal. I don't know about everyone else, but I'm ready for the fall, which will be football season here in another, about 6 weeks, cooler weather, and make it a little bit easier for me to drink my lovely bourbon as well, right? All right, so today we're gonna go ahead and review Elmer T. Let me let you see the front of the bottle. All right, and there's the back. All right, so pretty cool story about Elmer T. And you're probably wondering, well, Bourbon Judge, why do you have a bottle of Blanton's in the picture? It doesn't really make sense, right? You're doing Elmer T. We'll get to that in just a little bit. So in the 40s, Elmer T. started to, he got a job. He was hired by Stag Distillery. He was actually hired by Mr. Blanton's, all right? And with that, you know, throughout time, Elmer T. as well as Mr. Blanton's were both master distillers at different points in time. And with that, Mr. Blanton's was ready to retire. So kind of like a way to almost say thank you, Elmer T. created the first single barrel bourbon, the whole concept of it, and he called it Blanton's. Wow. Pretty cool little story, right? Nice little way to kind of thank Mr. Blanton's for everything that he did. He was almost essentially really a mentor to him, which is really neat. So we'll put Blanton's aside and let's focus on Elmer T. So this is a, let's see, so obviously single barrel sour mash, as he said before. This is a 90 proof bourbon, right? So 90 proof. There's no age on it, but from what I've read online, each, let's call it each barrel that they actually put out for distribution ranges anywhere from 8 to 12 years, right? So that's like from an age standpoint. And from a price standpoint, this one's about $40 to maybe $50. Just kind of depends on, you know, hopefully your local liquor store, if you do find it, doesn't mark up the price. And I will say this one has been truly on my hit list for about a year. So this is a very hard to find bourbon. This is one where I only found it because my local liquor store owner, good partnership with him, and I was fortunate enough to acquire this. So if you do find it, more than likely it's probably going to be through that whole kind of a reference, or I guess a resource, if you will. And again, if you find this, if you find one bottle, buy one. If you find three, buy all three. Super hard to find. All right, so let's go ahead and get to the nose real quick. Let's see what this one smells like. From a color standpoint, beautiful, nice little light golden brown, not bad. All right, very caramel, a little bit of butterscotch. Not overly floral. So when I think of floral bourbons, like a 6 and 20 or even a Widow Jane, not like that at all. Probably because it's like the sour mash. It's like a true traditional sour mash bourbon. All right, let's go ahead and get into the taste. All right, nice and smooth, clean going down. You do taste the butterscotch and the caramel, the sweetness. No, again, no floral. Just kind of smooth, if you will. Go ahead and drink a little bit more. All right, okay. So, when you think about this bourbon, right, you're probably asking yourself, Bourbon Judge, it sounds like a lot of work went into this. Like you had to drive all over and go to different liquor stores and reach out to the liquor store owner, and after a year you found it. Is it really worth it? Is this something that, you know, is worth obviously keeping on your own shelf and pouring once in a while, and or even giving as a gift, which by the way is a good idea to give this to a gift if you know another bourbon lover? Is it worth all of it, right? So folks, the judgment's in. This is an absolute hands down buy for the quality of the bourbon. The price point, that $40 to $50 range, really cool story. And honestly, just again, everything to me is all about quality. The quality of this bourbon, hands down, is truly top of the line. Hence probably the reason why it's produced in very limited quantities, right? To really create that great value, that great quantity, or great quality rather, you have to produce it in small quantities. So great job here with Buffalo Trace continuing this lovely legacy, and this is one I absolutely recommend that you go out and join the bourbon hunt and try to find it yourself. Until then, folks, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching today's video, and we'll talk soon. See ya.